guys, and welcome back to another episode of your Besthetician podcast. Today, we're going to get real about my experience with face reality. And I first want to start off with the fact that face reality has completely transformed my business. This video is not meant to be hateful, but educational. So if you're listening, buckle up. Is all I got to say. So I first want to talk about when I brought on face reality to my practice, which I felt like it was truly a gap in my practice. I didn't feel confident in treating acne with the product lines that I carried. And going through the face reality course and transforming people's skin, again, has completely transformed my business. And I'm so thankful for that. My personal thoughts on like taking their course, it was so informational. I think it could be updated a little bit now. It seems a little bit outdated, but again, it just completely transformed my business. Now, as I've been working with face reality, I just want to talk about the fact that I want to talk about brand recognition. So when you carry certain products and you carry certain lines and you're like all gung-ho and shouting these brands to the rooftops, I think that recognition should be a thing. And I think that's what a lot of brands, not just face reality, are not very good at. And so I just wanted to bring it to, because I'm sure a lot of people feel this way, because when you are carrying certain lines, you again are just so proud to carry them. And when you don't get recognition or even just a like or a comment, it is hurtful. There's been a lot of brands and a lot of estheticians that I've talked to that feel this way. And I think it should be talked about more. Yeah,
we had a lot of conversations with some of the top estheticians in the space in Texas. And we've talked to a lot of estheticians as a whole at this point. And everybody is kind of struggling with that same problem. And it feels like it just sucks for everyone. Like the brands kind of can just go, well, sucks for you.
Yeah.
We've heard this about Glymed before, not being very supportive or connected to the providers. And, you estheticians are what make these brands. And I think they've gotten so big and they've really gotten lazy with social media. And even just, that they're getting so disconnected from the industry that made them who they are. And I think it's important for us to kind of shed light on this and try to make a difference. And it was really cool talking to a couple estheticians, and you're going to talk more about Mixie Skincare and Acne Maddie, but even Boho, who's getting ready to launch some products. And she was saying the same thing of like, what can I do so nobody feels the same way about me and my brand as the way we're feeling about these major brands? And having those conversations and kind of, other people going like, we feel the same way you do. And there's no size and scale of an esthetician that makes a brand, connect with them more, right?
Yeah.
And we're a larger esthetician in the space now, and these brands still, a lot of them have not given us, not that we want anything from them. We just want them, it's a partnership, right? They bring the amazing product, we sell it and we push it and we bring the market forward. And it should be, they should feel that way about every esthetician, big and small, because we're a larger, social media presence, but there's estheticians that have a lot smaller, but then spend crazy amounts of money with these brands, and the brands don't even blink an eye.
Yeah. And it's a hard position to be in, because I genuinely, all I want is a love your video or just a message back to my story of being like, wow, thank you so much for your support. And I think that's it's not very common with brands, sadly. And it's just sad to me that there's a lot of estheticians that feel this way.
Yeah.
And I feel this way too. That's why I'm making this video, and it's not to spread drama. It's just facts at this point. And if you've been recognized by a brand, I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
But I think that's a huge piece that's missing.
Yeah.
And then another thing I wanted to talk about was I applied to be a face reality ambassador last year. I got denied, which is completely okay. I'm actually not going to apply again this year, just because, again, I don't feel supported by the brand. And why would I rep something that, genuinely did transform my business, but I feel like I'm going in a different direction with face reality as a whole. And I wanted to make this video because I think a lot of acne experts, if you carry face reality, you've been noticing a difference with the new formulation of Acne Med. And I have been able to get people clear so fast. ever since they changed the formulation of Acne Med, it's been going downhill. And I just want to bring awareness to this situation, because if you're not aware, there is another substitute that's better and it works faster and it's great, which is Mixi Skincare. And I'm not partnering with her right now. There's nothing that is like, I'm an ambassador even for her, but I think it's something that needs to be talked about, because the new formulation, in my opinion, doesn't work for a lot of people. And number one, I've seen backtrack of people's progress, or it just does not work for their skin. Mm-hmm. Now I talked to another esthetician, and, you know, I'm all about like researching, figuring things out, because I'm not part of like the Face Reality Ambassador program, anything like that. But just talking with other estheticians, they're like, wow, the 2.5% is acting like a 5%. And there's just so much that goes into it. The new formulation is just not it. Yeah. And it's just really frustrating as a provider to like have to over explain myself to clients and have to kind of like go backwards. I've had to give out free product and just give people free Mixi Skincare, because that's what's literally been switching it for my clients, of them getting back on track or actually getting progress. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about it because I don't see it a lot. I mean, I know that a lot of people in the Facebook groups are talking about it a little bit, but I'm just here to talk about it. Yeah, I wanted to share a few of these things that are frustrations for us that I know other people do. And now that we have a bigger platform, want to make sure that we're using it for good. Mm-hmm. And like Victoria mentioned, you know, even the ambassadorship, I mean, it wasn't really the start of things, but like that hurt. You know, it was frustrating for us because we've been really pushing Face Reality extremely hard over the past year. We're making a lot of really cool videos for them and buying a lot of product from them. Your clients have been extremely happy, and we've been full on like Face Reality is the only way to do this. This is the best one in the market. And to apply, and being a larger account, which, you know, not that we should get anything because we're a bigger account, but we thought, hey, that should help a lot. You know, a bigger account that can really rep and push the brand hard, and to not even get like a personalized, like, hey, Victoria, we see what you're doing. We appreciate you, but it's just not a good fit this year. You know, we've already picked people. We already have, you know, a really good group. You know, please, you know, if you can apply again next year, because we'd love to have you a part of this. It was just like we didn't even exist. And I think that was kind of the straw that I want to say that broke the camel's back, but it started to make us think, hey, we should align with products and companies that actually care about estheticians. And that's just one small piece of it. Like you mentioned, just a simple DM of us posting these like amazing Face Reality videos, or we think they're amazing, and they're getting a ton of reach, you know, 50, 100,000 views, and they can even pop in the DMs and say, hey, we love the content you're making. And other brands do that. Like, I think about like back to like Epicurious, and they were like really like, they were passionate and they cared. Hydrinity.
Hydrinity has been pretty good. Yeah, I think Hydrinity could do a little bit better as far as, you know, the online presence and how they're connecting with people online. But yeah, I think, you know, they're little things, but like when we are pushing these brands, you know, yes, they're giving us amazing product, but it should be a mutual agreement. And that's what, when we talk to these other estheticians, you know, from the biggest to the smallest, they all feel the exact same way. And we're sitting down with Acne Maddie at lunch, and, you know, she was talking about building Mixi and what she's trying to do and what her goals and dreams are with the product line. And she was like, you know, this is a product line that's by an esthetician for estheticians. And she's like, I want to stay really rooted and connected in the community of what people want, what they need, and not be able to just be like this big overinflated thing that can, like the Acne Med, they kind of pull it out under everyone's feet and don't say, hey guys, by the way, we changed the formulation. Is everyone doing okay? And of course, not across the board, everyone's had the issues with Acne Med, but most people now have, right? Especially in the groups and the people that you're talking to and friends that we've made are all really struggling with that. At least just give the option to keep the old formulation. I mean, I understand that as you grow as a company, you need to discontinue things, and I get it, but to not even bring awareness to the situation is very frustrating to me. And I've had to talk to a ton of people in my Patreon community that are asking me, hey, like, I'm not getting the same progress as I used to. And I'm like, hey, go to Mixi, try Mixi, because it has literally been my saving grace. If I didn't have Mixi, I don't know what I would do right now, like genuinely. And again, this video is not like sponsored anything. Like, it's literally, I'm trying to talk more about my own opinions in the industry and just to help other estheticians in different ways, not just business. So yeah, I think that a lot of people feel this way, and it just needed to be talked about. And
if you don't feel this way, that's totally okay.
Yeah.
I get it. But
yeah, and we don't have all the answers for all of this yet. This is something that we're working through, and it's the big reason why we started the podcast, to connect with estheticians and learn these things. And now, I think it'd be a disservice to the community if we're not also communicating about the things that we're talking to a lot of people about. And videos like this, I think, really help us. It's conversations that can feel a little bit bitter or salty sometimes. But after having these conversations with so many estheticians and them being like, no, like you're completely justified for thinking and feeling hurt and feeling frustrated with a brand. And if we want to see a change in the industry, which I'm hopeful there can be, I mean, somebody's going to have to lead this charge. And, it's not going to be us spearheading it by ourselves, but us kind of building this community together and going like, hey, everybody, there is options out there. And we're at a place in business now where we can explore these things. Because when we first started, we were so overwhelmed with trying to pay the bills and get going that we couldn't sit and be frustrated about an acne med, right? It was like, no, we got to get clients in the door. We can't be upset about a brand not recognizing us. But as we get bigger and can take a step back a little bit and have a really amazing clientele, I think these are conversations that are extremely important that other estheticians should be on the inside of. They should be hearing this. They should know that there is some stuff going on and there's some frustrations going on. And we're going to continue to try to be the light in the industry and bring up these topics. And I hope that everyone can trust Victoria and myself that we're never going to be just like bitter about somebody. Or like I said, I don't want people to think that because Face Reality didn't pick Victoria for the ambassadorship, that's why we don't like them, right? That was just like one little piece that made us start to realize like, hey, they're not really like with us, are they? Like they're not really like they don't care as much as we do. That's what it kind of felt like, right?
I mean, it's just been 2 years me owning the business and not being recognized one time. Like it's just sad, but whatever. I give people the benefit of the doubt all the time, but like it's been 2 years. Yeah. And if they were to come and say like, hey, I'm so sorry, like I would move on, forgive them. And I come from a place of love. So it's nothing. And I was even hesitant about making this video because I don't want it to come from a side of hate, because that's not what I'm trying to come across. I just know that there's a lot of acne experts out there that are probably confused. Maybe they don't have a resource. I know a lot of us feel the same way. So a few things to look out for if your client that I've been noticing with the acne med is like extreme, like purging, and it doesn't go away. Like there's a purging process. I would say typically my clients go through like 30 to 60 days, like the most. But oh my gosh, like there's like painful cystic acne under the skin, and then almost like a red layering. Like it looks like raccoon eyes. Like it's just the full face is red. People's skin just aren't tolerating it that well. And it's just been disheartening to see for my clients, because I deal with my clients face to face. I love my clients and I just want the best for them. I just wanted to touch on that a little bit, but if you guys have any questions, please comment below. We again want to always be a light in the aesthetic space, and a resource for you guys to reach out to, education. And if you're not already a part of our Patreon community, please join. We would love to have you. We have so many different videos on how to market your business, protocols, how to shoot and edit your content, even if you have an iPhone. There is so many resources in that community for you guys, and you can request videos, talk to me directly. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it wasn't as exciting, but if you're an acne expert, this one's for you. And I hope that this video is helpful. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next podcast.